What's going on, guys? Welcome to another Noob review video. My name's Craig and I'm joined today by my friend and colleague Mr. Paul. Say hello, Paul.
Hello, Paul.
And we're going to be doing our second ever video.
Yep,
right now,
second ever
we?
video.
Yeah.
Let's hope it's not a shambles like the last one.
Well, I think people will give us a break. It was our first video. We were a bit nervous.
Yeah, okay, I'll go with that.
Yeah. So what are we reviewing today?
Well, Craig, today we're reviewing a game near and dear to my heart, Golf Club.
Yeah.
I love this game. I just love everything about it.
So do I.
I love the simplicity, the graphics, just the general feel of the game. It's just nice. That's all it is. It's just a nice game.
For a basic downloadable game that you can't actually buy on disc, it was off the store, wasn't it?
And it's relatively small for a game. I think it's only about 3 gig.
Yeah, it's such a beautiful game to play. I mean, it's so peaceful, so easy to play. You don't have to be a gaming pro or a golf pro like you had to be when you just started playing Tiger Woods later editions. I mean, this one's very close to Tiger 9, isn't it? And that's why I think we love it so much.
Yeah,
we were very fond of that game.
Oh, fond of it. That's a bit of an understatement.
Yeah, I think it took over our lives for a while.
Oh, it did.
Yeah. But this one, it's such a throwback to that era of game, because after that Tiger 9, they ballsed them up, didn't they?
Yeah.
They just completely ruined the franchise.
And they made it completely unrealistic.
Absolutely.
I hated the part where you hit the golf ball in midair. You could change the direction of it by just tapping like joystick, or even when it came close to hole and it was rolling towards it, you can just jerk back, yank back, or whatever word you want to use, tap X, and the ball stop.
Wasn't a lot of realism in those games. No. But
this
one, it's very realistic in the fact that where you hit the ball, that's where the ball's going to go.
Yeah, there's
you can't control it once
no manipulating it in midair.
Yeah, I mean, you can choose the direction you want to hit it, judging by the wind speed.
Yeah.
There's a bit of thought going into it there. You can adjust your loft and all that
fade.
sort of thing. Yeah,
and obviously the club you use.
Yeah, but you can't give it any power swings or anything like that. It depends entirely how you pull that stick back, and then how you hit that ball depends on where it's going to go, how far you're going to go with it. And again, as you can see with the putt in there, it's so basic and so easy.
Yeah.
And you've always got your commentator there. What's his name?
John.
John. You've always got John there with you, and he's always giving you tips on what to
advice,
do.
But he's not without his faults. He does balls up sometimes.
He does balls up, yeah. I mean, sometimes he doesn't think you're going to get on the fairway, or he doesn't think you're going to get on the green, and you actually do. So, and even he corrects himself. He says, "Well, I can't be right all the time."
Yeah, can't be right all the time.
It's very clever, very cleverly done.
Yep. As we're watching now, this is one of the player creator courses.
It is.
And as I say, the customization on this game is immense. Again,
there's a lot you can do, isn't there?
Oh, there's so much you can do. You are limited by your imagination. You really are. Look at this insane course I'm playing right now.
I wouldn't want to play on this in real life.
Oh, I wouldn't mind giving it a go.
Actually, yeah, it'd be quite a crazy course to play on, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know about the farm animals hanging around, though.
Oh, he's got to put it on with a little bit of something, hasn't he?
Yeah, it would have been too open and empty without them, I suppose.
But as saying, for player creation courses, there is literally thousands of different courses you can play.
That was one of the main selling points of the game, wasn't it? The fact that you could create from scratch, and you could create so much. And there's a lot there that you can do with it. I mean, like farm animals, for example.
Yeah,
you could stick random bridges, cars. And
you can even have an oil tanker there if you
An
wanted.
oil tanker. God knows why you'd want that. It's just an obstacle,
Just an obstacle to get past. It was more of a challenge to try and get over the damn thing.
Yeah, I think there's only 4 different settings so far of where you can actually put your course, like on the grass and
in a desert forest area.
Yeah. But once you're in there, there's so much you can do. You can remove trees, you can add trees, you can put bunkers galore.
Yeah, you can hire the terrain up. You can have a mountain about 1,000 feet high if you wanted.
Yeah, like you were just saying, you're only limited by your imagination to create. So what you see in your head, you can practically put on the screen. I think we're about to see. We're going to play some user-created courses now. Just shifting through the menus, and as you can see, the menus are so basic and so easy to navigate. There's nothing tricky about them.
But again, it's not without its faults. I do think it does deserve a better search engine for it. If you want a quick 9-hole course, you put 9-hole and about 50,000 comes up.
That's true.
And there should be a way of just isolating stuff out like you want. But as I say, I'm just hopping through, just having just a little look, seeing what course I wanted to play next.
As you can see on this particular menu, that how many courses are just right in front of you to play straight off the bat. I mean, that's only 2 or 3 pages worth there, but it goes on and on and on, hundreds of pages. But each one is different as well, because each user has created a unique course to them. So you're never going to play the same course twice unless you spend every waking minute of your life on it, which you're not going to do. I mean, it's a great game, but in terms of how long would I spend on it, I think you don't really want to spend more than about an hour on it.
And that's another great point of this game. Say you're playing an 18-hole course. You do the first 3 holes, you get a phone call. You've got to go out. You can turn it off, turn it back on, a month later,
and it'll remember
exactly where you are. You just go straight on to say hole 4, bang, and you're starting again.
Exactly, and even if you're halfway through a hole, it'll still remember where you were. And even if you come out of that course and go into a different one, it'll still remember where you were on that last one.
Yeah,
and that's one of the great features about it. You always go back to where you left off.
Yeah,
but you can also restart the game. The hole.
It's restart hole. Here I am, just putting a few little mounds up, trying to make it a little more difficult for myself.
Yes, this was one of the courses that you yourself created, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So it's all a bit of fun here. Did we ever play this one? Did you ever?
I had a couple of goes on it.
And let us play it.
I did. I'm just messing about on it now at the minute. Just deciding what to have on, just searching through the menus.
Yeah. But the replayability of this game, it's great because you can you don't have to stay on it for so long, like I was just saying, but you can always nip on for 5 minutes whenever you want.
I'd say one of the first courses they made for this course is Little Brook Manor, and I personally must have played that hundreds of times.
And I mean, even John says as soon as you get on it, it's one of the most popular courses of the game because it is. Let's face it, it's the easiest course.
To be fair, and he does tell you to play another course.
He does. He's like, you're getting a bit used to this course. I think you should try something harder. But there is a handicap on this now, isn't it? That wasn't there when they first brought this game out, but when they updated it, they gave you a handicap score, which does alter depending on how well you play. So anyway, to sum up the game, what we would say about the graphics, Paul?
The graphics, they're not the best graphics in the world, if we're going to be brutally honest.
But they are nice still, aren't they?
Yeah, they are nice. There's nothing nasty about them.
You can tell it's
playable.
It's well, I mean, I would say that those graphics would be compatible to like Xbox 360 and PS3.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't look like advanced PS4 graphics, but it's still a lovely game to play.
Yeah.
And the gameplay itself, it's slow paced because it's a golf game, isn't it? It's nothing quick paced. There's no story to it. You just play it.
Obviously, there's no story, but you play it as you want. As we've said earlier in the video, you can go and do a couple of holes, go away for a couple of weeks, then carry on with the same hole.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's not fast paced, it's not slow paced, it's at your own pace.
Yeah, and then that goes into the replayability of you can just go back on it again and again. There's always new courses to play, isn't there? Because there's constantly being updated with user created courses.
Yeah, so the replayability is, infinite, really, isn't it?
Yeah, and there is no really length of how long it would take you to complete the game because you can't really complete it. The only thing you can do is get all the trophies or all the achievements for the game,
But even if you do, say, plan it, get all the achievements, trophies, you still want to play it more.
Yeah,
because obviously user created courses, you just want to go and beat them. You want to go and beat your own score on every course.
Yeah. Is there any downloadable content for the game?
They have brought new stuff out, and obviously a few microtransactions are creeping in, but I'll say, but the add-ons are user-created courses.
Yeah,
that's the add-ons for me.
And there is co-op play. You can play with friends because you and I play all the time.
Yeah, all the time. Yeah, and you can
up to 4 players or something like that. Yeah,
you can play with people around the world.
Yeah. So what would you give it out of 10 then?
So in summary, I personally think this is one of my favourite games of all time, so it's got to be an 8 out of 10 for me, Craig.
Do you know what? I agree. I think this game is well worth an 8.
Yeah, and well worth the money.
Absolutely, yeah. If you haven't got this, if it's passed you by and you like golf, we recommend that you download this game.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. And here I am, playing one of my little favourite holes, looking for a hole in one. Oh, look at this. It's looking good. Oh, son of a...